Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Tasman's Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 12 from the ground up. And we are continuing on our modules. I know the last episode was a lot more figuring out things together and seeing what other options are out there. Some we liked, some we didn't, some didn't even work. So I didn't even put the other dice rolling in the title. I did try it in version 13 and no, it did not work. So I was kind of sad about that. So I imagine if it's not working in 13, not working in 12, the developer is definitely gonna be told or notified that it's not working. So I'm hoping that one gets fixed rather quickly because that one I have pretty high hopes for. I'm going to check really quick. I don't think I had any comments on what was the previous episode. On episode 55, 51 was the last episode, and that was a comment from 4 weeks ago, a month ago. So yeah, we don't have any comments to go over. So this episode could run long. I didn't, to be honest, this module I've probably used like maybe 3 to 4% of its actual. I was looking at the wiki. I'm like, oh my gosh, it does that too. Oh, it does that. Oh my heck, that is so cool. Um, there's very little that I actually used of this mod, but we're gonna kind of just peruse through it and see what we can, as we go through it here. So first thing, I'm gonna try. There's a couple things that I used it for mostly that was pretty nice. And one of them was it automatically changed sizes of things. So I'm hoping this works properly. I don't know if it's going to, but if we go into monsters, probably aberrations, I think. Um, Actually, these icons are probably more optimized. How about dragons? Dragons usually do it. No, looks like so maybe this feature isn't even needed that much. And you can kind of, no, I don't even think you can see with the jibbing mouth or, how about, is there any ginormous, like maybe a Tarask or something? I don't know. Um, yeah, the actual display is really good in this. So one of the things it actually did is previous versions and stuff, and like I said, it could have been before the 2024 content was released, and we still might see some kind of difference. But what it would do is like it would just try and put the icon in there, and sometimes it would cut off parts of it. Um, so what one of I should probably tell you what the mod is. I mean, even though you've looked at the title. So the mod obviously is Monk's Little Details, and holy cow, it has a lot of little details that it fixes that are really nice. So that was one that I thought was kind of nice a long time ago, and it made it so if it's a tall. I wonder if it works in anything else. Any of these things cut off? No. Uh, all right. So maybe I should have checked that. I was expecting it to not be better with the 2024 stuff. I wonder, let's try one other thing real quick. Do we have, I don't know that we have the legacy in here though. I think all we have is 2024. I don't think characters. Yeah, I don't think we do. So that's one of the things that it does, is it will actually change the core CSS for the Foundry, modifies it so that it will actually try and make it so you can see the entire thing. It won't crop. Um, the other one is it also the scene compendiums? Let's see if that's fixed as well in here. Also change scene compendiums items to more closely match the styling used on the scene tab. All right, that one I can't do. This one I can show you. So when we click on a character here, and I right click and I go here, you'll see we have this giant block of all these little icons, but we don't actually get to see what they are. Monk's Little Details actually makes it so it puts the name, and you have a button over here that I'll show you that actually allows you to clear them all instantly really quickly. So that's actually one that I use on it. One of the others that I didn't really use much is, let's say we're in here where we're looking at players avatar and stuff. Oh no, that was the wrong part. If we go in here, go to configure player, there's the spot here for the player color. It will add a little palette on the side here, which should get the dominant color of that token to kind of give a suggestion for the thing. GM move characters, there's a really cool little feature where you can almost kind of teleport. We'll play with that, make sure that works right. Swap tools by holding down a key. I never actually did. Release all targets with a key press. Did I ever do that? Not really. Click anywhere to close the main menu. That one's kind of nice because if you ever hit escape and that pulls up, the only way to get that to go away is hit escape again. And sometimes I forget that. Directory padding is, I don't know if I can show that very well. I'm trying to show you how it is to how it will be. So the directory padding, added ability to customize the padding of the directory. This is useful if you want to a better indication of folder depth. I think that might be talking about this little guy right here, and I don't think that one really matters. It's pretty decent as is. The file picker quick links, that one's kind of handy. It kind of gives you a drop down of you can actually have favorite file things. There is a new button that's Find My Token. So if you're on a ginormous map and you're like way up here, you can just click this little button that says Find My Token, and it will automatically move you over. I'm trying to, the pause border is one I like. Sometimes just having this game paused right here, I can't figure out why they're not moving or something. What this does is kind of puts like a almost like a mist or something around the edges to let you know a little better. Add a right click to the actor tab button to open the last character sheet. I never use that. Macro editor apply button, that one's kind of nice. I think those are the main ones I actually wanted to show. There is also, I don't have any stuff in here. Hello. It also has the ability, like when you're mousing over this, it will tell you the exact time and date a message was sent. That's one of their features. It has the copy the document's path in your character sheet and stuff. So yeah, now that we kind of talked about the different things that it actually does, let's actually go check them out. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go down to Monk's Little Details, which I passed twice. Little Details right here. You can see it actually is for this version. It's green, so we're good there. Go ahead and save it. And now we'll actually kind of show you these differences. Like I said, the CSS one for the compendiums where it was cropping your creatures and stuff has actually been fixed. But here you can actually see kind of, because it goes off the screen, but you can actually see now I'm mousing over it. We're seeing that. He actually split out, I'm assuming it's a he, their various other ones. So that's what this is saying, that where do all these other ones go? They're a little too big to be in the little details. So they moved them out. I'm going to say don't show again. All right, so now let's go talk about the different things. I don't think we're actually going to see anything in here really. We can see if there's any noticeable differences. Not really, which we kind of expected, because that one seems to be built in now. Do the scene compendium. All right. However, now this is the really nice one. This is one that I definitely use it for. Now, if we go to Serif here, we right click and go to this, you'll actually see now we get names. We even have more than we had. We have things, I believe, like we didn't have like exhaustions and stuff like that. Now we have exhaustion, exhausted. This isn't the one that adds levels of exhaustion. You'll notice that you do get two of some. That's just an unnecessary, that's just a necessary evil. I don't know how specifically to get rid of that, but there's not that many. I mean, you have your half cover and stuff like that. If you have multiple things on your person, you can actually see it makes them nice and orange and stuff, so you know those are them. And then you can click this clear all button, which actually clears everything instead of having to go through and click everything. I know I thought, did I find just really quick? I know there's the concentrating there, concentrating there. Just wanted to see if there was any right away that we could see that were the same type of thing. Actually looks like there's not. I thought there used to be multiple of visibles, but maybe that's another mod I'm using. All right, so there is that one. Um, change the visible icon. Oh, I didn't talk about that one. I think, isn't it? I don't remember what, I think it's normally the mystery man face, which I think, did I have a mystery man in here? Go here. Yes. So it's normally, I believe, the mystery man face. I forgot to point that one out. And now it's this little toggle invisibility look, which is kind of nice. Is this the one that also does? I think this might be the one that also makes that collapse button not collapse to the very bottom. That is a huge one for me. Um, almost, that might even be worth showing you how it normally is because it's so annoying. I hate it. Um, if you've ever collapsed this with just vanilla Foundry, you'll notice that this button moves to the bottom to re-expand it, which annoys the heck out of me. But I think it's this module. You know what? I'm going to do it. Didn't take that long to load the modules so far. If we go remove Monk's Little Details, I know it is a Monk's one that actually does it, so I think it is that one. So we do Monk's Little Details, save, save. Yeah, see, I hate that. I hate that this moves all the way to the bottom to re-expand. Hopefully you're there with me. Monk's Little Details, that alone was one of the big things I really like. I'm in the wrong area. One of the big things I really liked about Monk's Little Details. Uh, I just hated that. Um, although I didn't see that in this little list here. So the next thing we're going to look at is the dominant color. So if you have a token that has a dominating color in it, it will actually show you that. So if we come in here now, do user configuration, you'll see we have this little palette. And if I click it, it will actually say, hey, these are the most common colors inside that, inside your token. So if you look at my token here, you can see, yep, sure enough, you know, we have this kind of brownish color, a darker brown. We definitely have purple all over. We have black, definitely black. And then we kind of have this blue color. So it's just, I don't know that it's actually going to always be the exact same three, but that's kind of a nice thing. And it does that same thing with, um, is it your scenes, I believe. So in your scenes, you can actually change the background color. And if we come into here, for example, just to make it, I guess, blend a little better, I think it's this one. We'll go to configure. I believe it's this one anyway. Is this it? Scene, yes. So there's the background color here. Right now it's defaulting to that. We can click on this and say, oh, okay, I'd rather have it kind of look more like, you know, dirt. And now you can see how it's changed to dirt. You can also see, oh, see that beautiful pause glow around the edges. I love it. That's one of the things I really like. So we can go back to, you know, whatever we want. We can say, yeah, that's sore thumb there. But that's a really nice thing where it actually will give you there. That's actually nice. To kind of just blend the edges of it. Usually in a scene, I Is that a mod that does that? In configure, I know it used to be you would have to have a mod that did it. I think there's a somewhere in here. I don't think it is. Maybe it is a mod. There's a thing that you can click that actually will instantly wall off the scene. So what it will do is actually create walls around the very edges of the scene so that if a token does get out where it shouldn't be, it can't actually exit into the abyss, I guess. So that's another really nice one. I really didn't use that one much. The GM move characters. Now this is one I actually didn't know much about. So we're going to try this. So one thing you'll find, especially if you're the GM, if I'm a player and I'm Seraph, for example, if the GM moves you through a wall or something like that, and you go in here and you're just a little further over this way, like maybe something like that, you're actually getting this visual the entire time you're being dragged. So there are other settings, but this is saying, and I did not know this one, that, excuse me, if you select a character, hold down M and click on another map location. So I can, this almost sounds like it's going to teleport. So if I hold the M, oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, I have to reselect him. So unselects him when he lands, but that's actually really cool. So there's that one. I like that. Swap tools by holding down a key amongst little details. Let you briefly activate another tool. Oh, I did know about this one. I never used it. So what this will do is allow you to briefly do another thing by pressing Shift plus a key will change the tool. And when you let go, it will switch back to the original tool. Never did that really. Release targets with a key press. When you have a target selected, you can press T to release all targets. So I guess if I don't, so if I have Seraph here, I don't know if it's going to work right. So we'll hit T on these guys. Did it target them? No. So I have to hit T, T. I'm holding Shift. So if I just click T, I'm not sure I understand how that one works. And I just clicked one of them, but I don't know if that's the default behavior. So I'm not going to necessarily say that one. Click anywhere to close the main menu. Let's check that one because that's kind of annoying if you hit escape. That's not working. You have to hit escape still. That one I wasn't sure of. Directory padding. I don't know if that's bigger or smaller. We'll check out some of these things also in the settings, which will give us more information. Compendium type filtering. Add quick filter buttons to the compendium sidebar to quickly filter by type. I thought that was always there. I think that's talking about these guys. So if we only wanted actors, we could turn off rotate. We could say only actors. I thought, isn't that what this does? It's not doing anything. I might be doing it. Oh, maybe it's this filter type actors. I bet that's what it is. Filter by document type, which is what that says. I wonder what these are. Is this saying clear filters? I wonder why this one's lit up and this one's lit up. Can I shift it or something? I don't know. I'll have to look into that because I'm not sure why it's doing that. Directory padding, compendium filter typing. So the file picker quick links is actually kind of a nice one as well. If I double click on this guy, right click by the way, and then I go into the file picker here. I don't think I had it before, but you actually have these, you can favorite things. And then you can actually, that will create quick links to them. So like if I wanted to keep undead there, now you'll see undead is a quick link that anytime I do this drop down, it will have that be there. So if you want to always have your tokens, you know, if I wanted to come in here and say, I want to have assets, assets, tokens, and have that be my thing, I can then click this Then later on, anywhere I am at, if I'm on another character or something, so open a sheet, click on this. It's actually not this. I need to click on this, then this. And now you'll see I can do that drop down and boom, takes me right to my asset token. So that one is a fairly handy one that I have used. I'm going to go on relock. Yeah, I'm going to go relock his. There's the find my tokens. So like I said, if we're in a giant scene like Abomination Vaults, they're really big. You can click on this little button here and it will teleport you basically to your token. And then because I have multiple tokens as the GM, clicking it multiple times will actually go through all the tokens that I am the owner of, which is pretty much everything. Let's see, retain the notify. I'm not sure what that one is. Pause border. I love the pause border one. As you can see, we have this nice mist or whatever you want to call that helps you say, oh yeah, I'm paused. That one definitely helps me. Dual monitor support. Macro editor apply button. I didn't actually show this one, but if we come into here and look at it, normally you only have the save button and the execute button. So if you're creating a macro and anytime you hit save, it closes it. Then you have to go reopen it. If you hit execute, it will of course execute it, but it doesn't actually close it. This simply applies the changes without having to execute it. Little handy thing. It's a little detail, little one. Batch update compendium image. I think that's behind the scenes. Added module information. I don't know anything about that. Added additional module information to module management. It will highlight any module dependencies that are missing. So it says that according to the thing, if we go into module management, it draws like maybe if I expand them or something. No, I don't know. It might not work because we actually have the module management plus module, which I like a lot better. Well, I just like. Added additional context menu item to quickly clear a folder. So I didn't show this one as well. I believe what this is saying, if we come into here, we can actually come in here and we can quickly clear a folder. So we'll actually get rid of everything that's in the folder. And then of course we can delete everything. Polymorph context items, don't know anything about that. Darkness progress bar, that's one that also DF, might be DF's little details or DF's something or other does. That gives you a progress bar up top. I don't know that I've ever actually used the monks one. It might even, I don't know if it's enabled by default because the DF one is the one that I've always seen, unless they're identical. The other thing it has is if we go into a character here, you'll see that we have this little, that's the wrong one. It's this guy right here, which is copy the image file path. So what I've always had to do in the past is, oh, I want this image. I'd have to go open it, then highlight its the thing that says where it is. This will actually just copy the image path to the clipboard for you, which is very nice. We already showed the chat message tooltip. So that's pretty much a lot of the little details it does. So we're at 23 minutes. Let's just quickly, very, very quickly look at the little detail things in here. Really, there's only one that I mostly wanted to show, which is how you can set this kind of glow around the edges. So update images. I don't think I've actually ever done any of this. Edit effects. I definitely haven't done this, but this is your actual little effects that are all over your tokens there. Swap target settings. So the buttons, sort statuses. So those are the statuses. Do you want them sorted by row or column? So do you want them to go A down, B, C, D, kind of like that? Or I think right now they're set to rows. Highlight token head status. Extra statuses, the core CSS, Windows. Here's the directory padding. And like I said, I never changed that. Compendium additional sorting. I really don't change anything in here other than this little mist around the edges. Scene palette, find my tokens. So this is show the find my token button. I believe that's for players. If we have this enabled, players can actually see it as well. There's the color for our aura there. So move the pause button. This is actually one I do like. Can I do that? Oh, good, I can. So as you can see, pause button's right here. A lot of times that it just blends in. I don't know why. So you can actually have it so it moves right into the center of the screen, which can be annoying sometimes, but also it's it's paused at least. So that's what that's saying right now. It's set. Do you want the button moved? So right now it's set to no one. You could have it so it's only moved to the players so that they bug you saying, hey, there's no pause button. Or you can set it to everyone. The border is this border that we got, and then we can choose the border color. So if we want to choose nice magenta or something, that was really close to perfect. We can do that. Open actor, right click on an actor. Sidebar icon. I haven't done anything with that. Reposition the collapse button. Yes, yes, that's the one. That's this guy right here. The collapse button. I love that one. Macro tabs allows tabs in the macro editor. I don't know if I ever paid attention to that one. Allows tabs in the macro editor to add tab rather. Oh, tab like the tab key. I was thinking like tabs like these are tabs. Dual monitor. I've never actually played with that. Have new pop-ups on it. I wonder if you have to have the pop-out one for that. And then the use keys to swap tools. That one's also one I've never done. This is probably one of the biggest ones. And then of course the other one that I love that does this guy right there. Oh, so much better. Oh yeah, see now that's nice and obvious that there's a pause going on. Definitely something that kind of stands out. And then if you hit pause, boom, gone. Beautiful. All right, so we're at 27 minutes. So I think we're going to end it here. I know this was kind of a quick one, and I don't, like I said, I'll be the first to admit I don't know absolutely everything about every single one of the mods we ever are going to look at. I'm mostly trying to show you the things I like about the mods, and we're going to discover other things as we play with them together, which is a bonus. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Tell other people about my channel, have checked it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins in that case. Join my Discord channel. Good place to chat with me and get really quick answers back. And that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.